Zimbabwe. Hello, Africa. This is Mrs. MJ of MGB Movement, Motivation, Grooming, and Beauty Works. Welcome to your motivation session of the day. You can follow my page on MGB Movement or Maria Mavima Jakarta. Like, share, and let's get motivated. Bye. So when it comes to the issues of, let me touch right from the top to the bottom. When it comes to the issues of the mouth, I think this is one of the most sensitive body parts that produce bad odor, or bad odor if not well taken care of. You need to take enough time. We teach our little children to take 2 minutes, 3 minutes brushing their teeth. But our elders, we elders, sometimes we don't do that. You get in the bathroom, you brush your teeth for about a minute, and then you are done. You need to concentrate on your mouth. I tell you, this sounds crazy, but this will help your cavity. This will help even the odor, the smell that is coming out of your mouth. If you know that if you feel that the odor that is coming out of your mouth is bad, try changing the toothpaste that you are using. Sometimes it's about the toothpaste. If you know that you have a bad breath, always carry breath fresheners in your bag. It doesn't have to be anything expensive. This can be your mint imperials. This can be anything that you feel that if you chew, this can help you. If you know that you have a problem of bad odor, bad breath, you know when you are getting in a meeting or you are meeting somebody, pick that breath freshener and eat it. I know they are my fellow sisters and brothers in Christ. People will fast a lot. You see, when you go for fastings, definitely you will have bad breath because your mouth would not have gotten anything. Make sure constantly you visit the bathroom. Remember, I said you are not an island. You are working with somebody who doesn't even fast or who is not fasting on that particular date, and they don't know that you are fasting. And you go and talk to them, oh my goodness, all hell breaks loose. So make it a habit that if you're fasting, you carry your toothpaste, you carry your toothbrush, you visit the bathroom more often, you brush your teeth so that you are presenting yourself well. Sometimes the opportunities we fail to get in life are all because of our presentation. Imagine it's an interview. Somebody who is well groomed, somebody who is clean cut, somebody who is smelling good. They stand a very high chance of getting a job compared to somebody who is not looking good, somebody who is smelling bad. So make an effort to smell good. Get to know yourself. Right? Let me finish with the mouth and say there are also individuals who, when they speak, saliva will be coming out of their mouth. Involuntarily, they won't be wanting that to happen, but it just comes like that. It takes a lot of training. Read on the internet how you should manage that. Ask around and try to control the way you talk. Train yourself. Stand in front of the mirror and teach yourself how to talk. Teach yourself how to speak. Check if your mouth doesn't have any saliva that is coming on the edges. Train yourself to do that. There are people who are so talkative that they continue to talk and talk and talk until their mouth has got white saliva at the edges here. And they won't even notice. And unfortunately, most of the time, somebody will be just looking at you and saying, oh, God, this is gross. Right? So train yourself. Get to know what to do. If you are a woman, carry some tissue, some facial tissue with you. Dab your mouth once in a while. If you're wearing lipstick, there are different type of lipsticks. These days you've got matte lipsticks, but back then you didn't. They had we had those liquid lipsticks. That would probably build a certain layer on your lips. So carry some tissue. Feel your lips to see if there's anything that has accumulated. And clean yourself. It's good for yourself and those that are around you. If you are a man and you know that this is my problem, carry a handkerchief in your bag, in your pocket. Once in a while, clean your mouth so that you are a good gentleman. You are presentable out there. I hope that does it on the mouth. And then we'll move next to our armpits. Armpits are a problem. Most of the times, people place their perfumes, they put on their deodorants, their perspirants on top of the sweat that is not well cleaned. When I was growing up, my mother would tell you that do whatever you do, but when it comes to bathing, I will scrub your body. She will make sure that she scrubs everywhere. So you would know that if you play with dirty, you know that you would know that when it comes to bath time, it will be a warfare. She will scrub everywhere with the stone. But that trained us. It trained us to clean our bodies, to make sure that our armpits are scrubbed with stones. In almost every African home, you get a stone, which is not only for the feet but also for the armpits. But because of modernization these days, you find different things that are being used. You find gloves, bathing gloves, you find the sponges, right? But you just need to make sure that whatever that you are using is doing the job thoroughly. Never ever place your roll on, your perfume on top of an unclean armpit, because the mixture of your roll on and the sweat is not good for other people's nostrils. Always make sure that you shave those armpits. Yes, make sure you shave those armpits, and according to your budget, other people use razor blades, other people use shaving creams, whatever that suits you. But always make sure that you are using the right thing for your body. And then we move to the other body parts, which we all know they need to be cleaned. Have you ever been in a commuter or minibus and somebody stands to get out, and the first thing you do is to move your head and so that you don't pick the smell that is coming out of your body? This is something that is sensitive, like I said, but make sure that every body part is well cleaned. Body parts that are sensitive need to be cleaned and well dried. Right? We move on to our feet. If you know that your feet sweat a lot and they produce a lot of odor, make sure that you have some powder or you clean yourself. Cleanliness is very important. You need to do it more often than you even think, especially if you know that your body's got issues. Clean those feet more often. Clean those socks for men who put on socks. Make sure the socks are clean. If it's women who put on closed shoes, make sure, if you know that your shoes have got issues, your feet have got issues, don't remove your shoes in public. Don't remove them. If you know that you've got challenges, probably you might wear an open shoe and then you put on your closed shoe when you get into the office or when you get in a church or somewhere. Right? I hope this is helping somebody. We are trying to create well-groomed individual. As MGB movement, our mandate is to do motivation, is to do grooming and also beauty. So when it comes to grooming today, we are talking about creating a clean-cut individual, somebody who is able to stand out wherever they go, somebody who is not avoided by people. Do you know that there are people who can just avoid you? They don't want to talk to you because they know your odor is not good. So for parents, you who have got teenagers that are growing, do not leave them and say, they can bath on their own, they can do this on your own. No, play your duty, play your role. You'll be doing good for them for the future. They will not be that manager who is resented by everybody. Whenever they talk, everybody steps back. They won't be that pastor who, whenever they try to lay their hands on somebody, the congregants would avoid them and look for another pastor who is smelling good and who is well presentable. So do good for your children. Do good for the daughters, the sisters that you stay with, the brothers that you stay with. Teach them how to clean themselves, to teach them how to present themselves well. And I also spoke about personal etiquette. When it comes to professional organizations, you get these trainings once in a while. Although some people take it for granted, we are looking at the basic rules basic behavior rules that somebody can present themselves in a society. Know when to talk and know when to keep quiet. Okay, you have done the rest of the side. You are now clean. You are now smart. You are now smelling good. You are now clean cut. You are now getting into the public as an individual. Know when to talk. Know when to ask questions. We were taught appropriate registers when we were in grade 7. You ask questions that are necessary. You keep your own space. You don't get into somebody's space. You don't crowd somebody's space. You keep your space when you're talking to somebody. Thank God these days we have got social distance, which is teaching us to keep a distance when we are talking to each other. But before then, the majority of, even now in this coronavirus period, you still have people crowding each other's space. A well groomed individual does not crowd somebody's personal space. There is something called personal space where you have fresh breath, where you've got fresh air, where you don't need anybody coming to crowd. So whenever you're talking to somebody, always make sure that you leave a distance. Leave a distance enough such that if by any chance a saliva comes out of your mouth by accident, it doesn't go and land on anybody. It doesn't go and land on somebody or the next person that you're sitting to. Train yourself that. Train yourself to be professional, even if you don't work in a professional organization. Train yourself to be a professional individual. Know how to dress, know how to carry yourself. If you are a woman, know how to dress. Dress to be comfortable first, and then for the occasion later. Your hair, your makeup, your dress, your shoes, everything about you, let it be on point. And when it comes to men, it's the same thing. Your hair, your beard. I've noticed that in this season, young men are carrying beard, they are keeping beard, which is good to some and not good to some. Get to know yourself. Don't just do things because it's fashion. Know what suits you best, right? And then let's move on now to the person who feels and picks the bad breath, the bad odor of a colleague or a spouse. How do you deal with such a situation if you know that the person that you are working with everybody, or with the person that you are working with every day, has got issues when it comes to breath, issues when it comes to the general body odor? How do you tell them? I paused it a little because this is a bond to chew. You see, like I have said, and I keep on emphasizing it, it's very difficult. Sometimes people buy toothbrushes and toothpaste for their colleagues, but 99% of the times, those people that receive those gifts will feel so offended. Sometimes you buy roll-ons, body perspirants, you give somebody, they feel offended. They say, "Ah, so do you mean that I'm smelling bad?" And for you to then open your mouth and say, yes, you're smelling bad, that is why I bought this thing for you, it's very difficult. But depending on your relationship, find a very, very good way of telling somebody about their breath. If it's your spouse, depending on your relationship, but I would want to come from a relationship of a pastor where we teach people to be friends as spouses, to be open to each other, be able to tell each other the truth. Because remember, if you don't tell him, if you don't tell her, when she goes out there, people will be saying, why is it the husband is not telling her? The problem will be your problem and not your wife. So try to find ways, especially when you are happy, right? Bath together, teach each other ways of doing it for the benefit of your marriage, for the benefit of your spouse. You wouldn't want your spouse to be mocked out there. You wouldn't want your sibling, your sister, your brother, your mother, your cousin, whoever. You wouldn't want them to be avoided or to be mocked out there. Find ways of communicating with them. Find programs. If you see that this person is difficult to approach, find programs that you can watch together. This could be something that you can Google on internet, play it together, watch it together. If it's a workmate, I'm sure there are times when we come together in meetings, share things like that. Find professional ways of saying it. For example, you can say, ladies and gentlemen, we are a professional organization. We meet people. So the way that we dress, the way that we carry ourselves, let's make sure that we are smelling good. When it comes to birthdays, some people buy each other presents. Make sure that you find things that will make that person look good and smell good. You are your brother's keeper, you are your sister's keeper. But also a word of wisdom. There are people who can't be approached. There are people who are hard hearted. There are people who are very defensive. When you tell them something, they will tell you to leave them alone. But you would have tried your best. The best to do then would be to manage that person. Okay? So I think today we have really helped each other. It's good to be a well groomed, a clean cut individual. And always, when you get into the bathroom, when you go outside, think of the people around you. Think of those people that you're going to meet. How are they going to accept you? How are they going to see you? Always try to look your best. Always try to look your best. Try to be clean cut. Thank you so much for watching. This is Mrs. MJ. Until then, it's a goodbye.